I've talked with several sellers about doing sub 2, and most of them don't feel comfortable with the idea. I'm guessing they need to be desperate to sell or agree to a sub 2. That is just not the case. Do most of them need to have a compelling reason to sell? Yes, they do. Is someone who doesn't need to sell, who has all the time in the world, who's got plenty of money, are they going to be super motivated? Sometimes they are. You know, the best deal that I've ever done was by a guy. It was by, actually, I was at a weekly real estate meeting before we had our real estate club in Macon. And when I came out of the restaurant, the guy was leaving a note on my truck. And he said, I walked up to him and said, "Hey, can I help you?" And he said, "Well, I saw your signs here on your truck, and I was just going to leave you a note. I've got a house that I need to sell. It's not too far from here." And so we talked, and this had been the home that he and his wife had bought after they first got married. They'd raised their kids. Their kids were all gone now. This guy was in his 50s. He had built a big, nice new home on the golf course a couple of years before. They moved into it, and he had been meaning to go over and do a couple of updates to that house. It needed carpet. It still had, if I remember right, orange shag carpet from the 70s or 80s and old light fixtures. House was in great shape. It was a big 4-bedroom home on a huge lot, in great shape. It was just a little outdated. And he'd been going over and mowing the grass and having to keep it up. And he said, "Man, I'm just sick of mowing that grass." And, you know, and I don't remember the exact numbers on this house, but, you know, it was maybe $150,000 home that they owed 70 or 80,000 on. And he said, "You know, really, I'm just tired of it. I just want to get rid of it." And don't know to this day why he didn't list it. I didn't ask him at the time. But when he said, "I just want to get rid of it," and I said, "Well, would you sell it for what you owe on it?" He said, "Would you buy it?" And I said, "Well, yeah, we can. And this is what we'll do." And he said, "I'm okay with it." And he just signed it over to us. All we did was change the carpet out, put in some new light fixtures, spent $3,000 or $4,000, and sold it immediately on seller financing. And I expected to make over $100,000 on that house over 5 years or so. But turns out these people refinanced us within a year, and we only made about 80. That guy just handed me the keys to that house. It was just $80,000. Boom.
So he wasn't desperate to sell it.
Yeah.
He just was tired of it.
Yeah.
He just didn't want to deal with it.
He wasn't broke. He, you know, had plenty of money. He was a smart guy, but something, you know, he just had to mow the grass one too many times. And I don't know why he didn't hire somebody to do it, but he didn't. And ultimately, it doesn't really matter. You know, you just have to talk to them. I wish I knew your name, Facebook user, so I could address you by name. You said, or be in pre-foreclosure. Now, I'm going to tell you something. You'd be surprised at the number of people in foreclosure that don't seem to be super motivated. It's all in the story. And that's what I tell people all the time. It's important to engage the sellers you're talking with. Find out why. Why do you want to sell? Hey guys, thanks for watching. While you're here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and check out these other great videos and podcast episodes.